UFC Atlantic City at Boardwalk Hall on April 21, 2018, will give Toms River native Frankie Edgar the opportunity to cross something off his bucket list. Steve Feitel. This UFC Atlantic City live coverage file will be updated frequently with the latest results, photos and more from Boardwalk Hall. Refresh often for the latest results. Atlantic City. It took 11 years for Frankie Edgar to get back to New Jersey. But could he win in his return to his home state? That was one of the key questions coming into Saturday's UFC Fight Night card at Boardwalk Hall, headlined by Edson Barboza vs Kevin Lee. Our results will follow here. Refresh for the latest. As the first fighter with Garden State ties to enter the cage, Corey Anderson received a nice reaction from the fans in attendance. A Corey Anderson chant broke out as the fight began. Anderson responded by quickly bloodying Patrick Cummins in their light heavyweight clash. Far more precise with the striking, Anderson also mixed in 2 takedowns in the first round, including an emphatic double leg with 50 seconds to go. After 2 minutes of a more even round 2, Anderson again scored with a big takedown. Cummins seemed powerless to defend it. He repeated it with 45 and 5 seconds to go, including balancing on Cummins' back as he tried to get to his feet, which drew a roar from the crowd. He struck again 45 seconds into the third. Cummins never escaped the grasp and Anderson cruised to the easy unanimous decision, including 230-26 scores. As the crowd was still making their way from the nearby casinos in Boardwalk, Tony Martin and Keiji Nakamura were the first to the cage. Martin wasted little time in producing some swelling above Nakamura's left eye in a fairly dominant first round. Martin continued with his advantage in the second, sailing several head kicks at Nakamura until he sought the takedown. Martin was ready, attempting a guillotine as time expired. Martin was again on point with his strikes in the third round, showing little fear of his opponent's offense. Nakamura again went for a late takedown only to find himself in a potential submission attempt. Martin took the unanimous decision with scores of 30-27 across the board. "I thought it was a dominant performance," Martin said in comments provided by UFC. "Next, I want someone who's going to come after me and try to win the fight a lot more. I feel like he was more in survival mode once he felt the right hand. I hurt him a couple times and tried to jump on him, but heard my coaches telling me to calm down." Edgar's featherweight showdown against Cub Swanson was slotted as a semi-main event, but with a raucous reaction at weigh-ins Friday, it was clear the Toms River native fighting in the Garden State for the first time since UFC 78 in November 2007 was a big deal. For more on Edgar's MJ absence and build-up to his bout with Swanson, read this profile. For more on why the opportunity to fight at Boardwalk Hall was a big deal for Edgar, watch the video at the top of this page. Edgar wasn't the only Jersey mixed martial artist on the card, however. The Brazilian Barboza moved to Toms River years ago. He's part of the team that trains with Edgar, as is Illinois native turned Robbinsville resident Corey Anderson. And, of course, no New Jersey UFC card would be complete without Sparta's Jim Miller, who was set to fight for the organization for the 29th time Saturday, tying Michael Bisping for most fights in UFC history. For more on the advantages of fighting close to home, watch the video below. Fight card. Fight Pass prelims. Tony Martin December. Keiji Nakamura 30-27, 30-27, 30-27. Fox Sports 1 prelims. Corey Anderson December. Patrick Cummins 30-26, 30-26, 30-27. Cyber Hydrazada vs Luan Chagas. Merab Dvalishvili vs Ricky Simon. Ryan Lawflair vs Alex Garcia. Fox Sports 1 main card. Jim Miller vs Dan Hooker. Aljamain Sterling vs Brett Johns. David Branch vs Thiago Santos. Justin Willis vs Chase Sherman. Frankie Edgar vs Cub Swanson.